Over the last 12 months, I fell back in love with Nintendo, so every time a new Direct rolls around, I become like the most excited of children on Christmas Eve. I will never grow up. Today, with a Direct seemingly just around the corner, we're going to talk about 9 crazy things that if announced in any future Nintendo Direct would get me on that hype train. So Nintendo didn't talk about a ton of new stuff that we didn't already know about at E3 2019. Well, apart from this. This means that the next major Nintendo Direct in particular possesses an absolutely stupid amount of potential for new games, hopefully with some big surprises in there too. The selection of games in this video range from announcements of new games and DLC that really could happen, to remasters and ports that would be so surprising that they would hit us for 6. Yes, some of these suggestions are crazier than others, but I couldn't really title the video 9 crazy things, well, some a lot crazier than others, I want in the next major Nintendo Direct. Anyway, if you like some of the suggestions on here today, or maybe have a few you want to add, please do share them down in the comments below, and if you go on to enjoy this video and want to see more Switch content like this, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into today's first suggestion. Yeah, some of you are thinking Star Fox Adventures? What are you on about, you imbecile? It's not even really a Star Fox game. Well, although you are kind of right because the game wasn't originally designed as a Star Fox game, and it definitely feels more Zelda than traditional Star Fox, it has a real special place in my heart. Yes, I'm nostalgic about this game, but it's also very good if you accept it for what it is. I've played it over and over again, and in my opinion, it's still really fun even to this day, so a remaster would be brilliant. Bringing this to Switch could be a little difficult though, with Rare now incorporated into the Xbox empire, but who knows? Banjo made his way over to Smash after all, and Nintendo and Xbox are sort of like lovers now, aren't they? Maybe that's not totally factually accurate. Whatever is going on, a fresh lick of paint and I'll happily throw my wallet at Star Fox Adventures on Switch. If there's one unannounced game that I'm confident will at least have news on by this time next year, it's the next installment into the Mario Kart series. Although we don't know exactly what it will look like, there have been suggestions we could be about to dive into a so-called Nintendo Kart, there's lots to make me think that the successor to the incredible Mario Kart 8 is on its way. Not only would it be guaranteed to sell very well, but it's also the biggest Nintendo IP not yet to have a game specifically created for Switch. I've enjoyed virtually every Mario Kart experience I've had in my life, so it's understandable why I'd be very excited to get an announcement on what comes next in this series of wonderful kart races. Every time a Nintendo Direct comes around, the rumour mill starts up, and the Metroid Prime trilogy is usually one of the first thing it spews out. Fair enough, this is not one of the craziest things on this list, but it has to be said, these games finally arriving on Switch whilst we wait for Prime 4 would be fantastic. Also, this has got to be one of the most likely on this list to appear too, so I really hope we get it sooner rather than later. Let's hope we can really kickstart Metroid on Switch in the very near future. I've been waiting for this next game ever since I purchased my Switch, and because of this, there's been a lot of sadness and tears. I joke, I've not cried yet, probably. If you followed the channel for a while, you'll know I like talking about Pikmin 4. At this point, anything Pikmin, whether that be Pikmin 4, a Pikmin 3 port, or a Pikmin trilogy, will physically make me hit the roof with excitement and officially board that hype train first class. It won't happen though because it never does, so as a mature adult I've decided this time to take the executive decision to calm down about it before I get my hopes up. I'm joking, I'm not in control of this, I can't stop getting carried away. In all seriousness though, Nintendo, please, is it not Pikmin's turn yet? It would be crazy to get news about this. Super Mario Party DLC is next up on today's list. When this game first got released, I was a big fan of it. I thought it's got potential. The minigames are fun enough, and although the boards aren't exactly what I wanted, I'm sure Nintendo will provide a couple more bigger and more interesting boards to play on to spice up the variety and quality in the future. Well, almost a year on, and most people have seemingly forgot about this game, including Nintendo. With the party seasons of Halloween and Christmas getting ever closer, isn't it time Nintendo remedied this situation and provided Super Mario Party with some much needed DLC? I really do hope so, because even with its faults, it's still my go-to party game on the system. However, there is one game from the glory days of the Nintendo Wii that, if it came into existence, would rival Super Mario Party as my go-to party game on Switch. The announcement of a Switch Sports, essentially a brand new entry into the Wii Sports series, but on the Nintendo Switch, is one of my absolute biggest wishes for a future Direct. For me, no game has brought friends and family of all generations together like Wii Sports did back in the day. Do I think that Switch Sports could be on the cards at some point in the medium to long term? I'll talk about that in the second episode of the Switch Sports miniseries we currently have going on the channel. But as for an immediate appearance in a September Direct, that would be a major but much welcome surprise. That plug wasn't too obvious, was it? Nah, I don't think so. Tropico 6, XCOM 2, or maybe even a sequel to Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Another big strategy game on Switch would be perfect. Although there are already some great strategy games on the system, Civilization 6 and Wargroove are two wonderful examples, the genre could undoubtedly do with being strengthened. As someone who loves strategy and tactical gaming, I always keep my eye out for these kind of announcements in Nintendo Directs, so hopefully we'll have something to get excited about in the near future. I certainly wouldn't bet against seeing Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2 at some stage, considering the success the original had. It's such a shame that EA seemingly hate the Switch, because The Sims would be a perfect fit for this portable console. Now, I don't and never have played The Sims religiously, but from what I have played, I really do believe that there's very few third-party games that would fit the system better. Not only that, but wouldn't it benefit everyone? Like I said, it would fit well, so I'm convinced EA would make plenty of money off it, and it would be a brilliant third-party bonus for Switch too. There are so many forms that could be used to bring The Sims to Switch as well. It's on mobile for goodness sake, so it doesn't even have to be a Sims 4 port. I'd love to see The Sims on Switch no matter how unlikely it currently looks, and this really would be a crazy one. When I first talked about this next game prior to E3, and even when I wrote the foundations of this video, it seemed a fairly ambitious suggestion. A few days, a tweet from Nintendo, and a watermelon later, something to do with Super Mario Sunshine actually looks more feasible than ever. In the dream scenario, Super Mario Sunshine 2 would be perfect, but a port of the original, or even some Sunshine-inspired DLC for Odyssey, would be a brilliant way of keeping us satisfied whilst we wait for the next major 3D Mario game. Super Mario Sunshine then is a suggestion I'm really excited and optimistic about, so fingers crossed for the next Direct. There you have it then, 9 crazy things that I want to see in a future Nintendo Direct. Some were a lot crazier than others, granted, and some are certainly a lot more likely. What crazy things do you want to see in a future Nintendo Direct though, whether that be the rumoured imminent September Direct, or perhaps one beyond that? And what games do you think in reality we will see? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed this video and want to see more videos regarding all things Nintendo Switch, remember to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon.